I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Womb, Deep Space, the Moon, Dark Matter, the Void, the Black Hole, Hathor, Isis, Diana, Mami Ishtar, Kali.
Lakota warriors do not enter the village upon their return from war until they have been reintroduced to the Great Spirit that is at one with all again. Until the warring spirit is ceremoniously acknowledged for its service, offered gratitude for it in a time of need, and then released, it will remain with the soul of the man and inflict warfare in his spirit. Thus, an internal cause with external effects. Trauma does not ensue haphazardly. These great shamans knew that there are three conditions that must exist in order for trauma to materialize under any circumstances: mental illness, improper diet and or unhealthy environment, or a basic breakdown of ego-soul communication. External war is merely a reflection of internal battles. Therefore, in order to heal trauma, it is necessary to activate conscious awareness of this internal battle. Once activated, in order to heal it, one must take one's power back from the battle. We must cease fighting and allow ourselves to be whole again. This total lunar eclipse, blood wolf moon, is an invitation to accept the energetic support to purge the toxicity of the traumas that keep us from integrating our full selves, our healed selves, our divine selves, or an opportunity to receive the support you need to do the spiritual work of revisiting and redressing the trauma, to release it. This reading is for those of us who have experienced mama drama trauma. And like the warrior returning from war, we have acknowledged that we experience a condition in which the mother projects unhealed aspects of herself onto her child, causing emotional and or physical trauma. That she, as a result of her own MDT, is unable, unwilling, and or unavailable to heal herself. Therefore, we take on the challenge to heal ourselves, to break the cycle by activating our own healing through a process of loving detachment, learning to accept what is with love, the mother that we have, so that we can release the one that we want. Thus aligning our ego and our soul with the contract that we have with the soul that loves us like no other, the bond that is none other, established in a karmic contract to evolve us in self-love and spiritual independence through the experience of mama drama trauma that causes us to have an improper emotional and material diet, an unhealthy environment that brings about the mental illness and internal battle that we consistently and persistently seek that home, seek that house, seek to feel that ever deepening void in our lives, the mother. Great Mother is coming through with the Cancer North Node axes to heal this trauma. This final Leo Aquarius, Leo ruled by the sun, Great Father energy is reminding us of the law of divinity, which says, and we, Healing MDT, agree that we are first and foremost dearly loved divine children of the Great Mother Father God, who secondly are never judged or condemned. Thirdly, neither left alone. We are always assisted by our angels, guides, and ancestors. And so shall it be as we re-enter the village of civil, integrated life on this planet we call Earth. Enjoy your readings.
Okay, Pisces moon sign people, have you ever interacted with someone and noticed that they said or you thought they were going to do A, but they ended up doing B, and you were like, okay, well, that's what's happening. All right. But that's kind of strange. Or you just kind of observed it and it didn't make you any difference. It's like, okay, well, that's kind of strange and it's not really affecting me. But it really affected the person who did it. They realized it, they were aware that they had promised you something, or they were going to do a certain detail of an agreement with you, or just maybe they were going to do something for themselves. I'm going on this New Year's diet, and then the next meal you see is a Whopper meal deal, kind of thing, and it's like I've met people like that, and it's me, it's you, it's all of us, because we have these vying energies between our sun and our moon signs. Well, this is what has happened with this nodal shift from Leo North Node ruled by the sun, changing now into Cancer North Node ruled by the moon. So the collective consciousness is moving toward this more feminine, as we see with November, which is the same day the nodes changed as when all the women were elected into Congress, by the way. And that's why we pay attention to astrology, by the way. And I know that's why you listen. I know that's why you watch. I know that's why I watch the sky and the stars. I hope everybody got a chance to go out and see it, or you're going to go out. Hopefully this will be posted by then. I work with the time. I work with the seasons. And this is what Great Mother is saying to you with this reading here, Pisces, moon sign people, is that your significator card, your center card, which is the inner work that Great Mother is strongly suggesting that we engage to fully benefit from the energies to support our healing in MDT, is Kuan Yin. The Kuan Yin card is the self-compassion card. It is the energy, it's the flow, it's the frequency of the heart chakra crescent moon. That planting of the seed. So there is a seed that you have inside of you, Pisces moon sign people, from the Leo Aquarius nodal season. This last eclipse coming right after we've had the first Cancer Capricorn eclipse is literally the wringing out of the Leo Aquarius rag. Whatever drips are left from that season of self-expression, that strong Leo energy that is in your 12th house. It's in your 6th house, and this energy you've been riding on for the last 18 months from that nodal season really had you looking at your daily life, your routines, how you live your life, how you take care of yourself, and a lot to do with just really practical, emotional gauges of how you deal with your debt, maybe issues of emotional depression related to that, or diseases, maybe dis-ease in the body, disputes with people, really reassessing what your triggers are, in other words, because all of these things in the physical manifestation, the Leo sun energy that we've been experiencing, all emerge from what's going on internally. And so let's see what Great Mother is saying in terms of the energy that is around the significator card, the center of your reading, Kuan Yin, this heart chakra, the crossroads, the meeting of the ego and the soul, which is what we are in collectively in the planet right now, moving from Great Father energy to Great Mother energy. We know in astrology that all of the planets came from, in every galaxy, they're born from the sun and the moon. And the sun and the moon is the path that all the planets follow. They have their own pace. They have their own frequency, just like the children of any mother and father have their own personalities. But for you at this particular time, this total lunar eclipse is saying what is bringing this inner work of self-compassion up is a need to recenter yourself, to refocus yourself in the lessons that you've learned from that very strong solar energy. You might want to, in fact, look at your sun sign video here, whatever your sun sign is, because it's going to clue you in, even though we're talking Great Mother energies, it's going to let you know how that sun sign energy has been affected during this lunar season of these particular nodes and what this eclipse is meaning for your sun as we're coming out of this very strong sun energy, this total lunar eclipse. Now, the lunar eclipse, the sun eclipses the moon, and the energy supporting you to do this centering work is the third eye, which is ruled by the moon. We have Taura here. It's a waning gibbous moon. That is the release moon that occurs right after the full moon. And so you are going to feel, if you don't already, from the last full moon that was in Cancer, you're going to feel now a full moon that is really giving you a surge of energy to focus body, mind, and soul. 3 clicks. Click 1, 2, 3, body, mind, and soul. And this journey that you've been on, this yellow brick road journey to heal mama drama trauma, is taking you back home, taking you back to what is peaceful, what feels loving, what feels detached from those triggers that have had you up a wall for the last 18 months as you move into this Cancerian energy of Great Mother. Okay, we have a total solar eclipse coming up 6 months from now in July. And that's going to be that energy felt fully. But in the meantime and in between time, Great Mother is saying what's bringing the need for self-compassion up is this centering process from this lunar eclipse. In the shadows, you may not realize that you're completely open to this, Pisces moon people. You are completely open to centering yourself, body, mind, and soul. You're tired. That Leo energy has been wrung out as far as you're concerned, and you're ready for the rest of the wringing out, for it to be completely dry and to be fully embraced by this lunar energy. Another waning gibbous moon card, which is that release after the full moon of sharing and thanksgiving for the journey. Many people say the full moon is completion. In the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck, however, the full moon indicates the peak, the climax. So there's a real strong indication here that many of you have had very climatic experiences with regard to your daily life. There have been some shifts, some very definite changes in the last 18 months. In fact, the sun is in, the sun is in your 12th house. The sun is in Aquarius. And so Aquarius in the sidereal astrology is your soul sign. And in the Vedic astrology, it's ruled by Saturn, who is the school teacher, who is the one who makes sure we stay on our soul's path. And so you've been aligning with that soul path for the last 18 months, and you have felt that come through. And you are open to this journey going forward. That 12th house energy says that you are cleaning house from the last wheel of experience of mama drama trauma. This waning gibbous energy is the energy of sacrifice. It is the energy of letting go of the past, letting go of something of value, for something of greater value. In fact, this full moon may be for many of you the time that you do your complete emotional detachment from your mother or initiate that process. This is a very excruciating process without guidance and support, but it can be done receiving the guidance and support of your angels, guides, and ancestors. You just have to be tremendously skillful in doing that to maintain your health. Okay, body, mind, and soul. Click, click, click. And that's what your soul is wanting to do. It's wanting to do that. So, Aquarius in the Western is not the energy that you're dealing with. So when we are talking about Uranus ruling Aquarius, for example, which is in Aries right now with Mars, that's not the energy that the Uranus ruled Aquarius that we're talking about. Uranus is a different energy than Saturn. And so Saturn is really on you right now is the point. It's really, really on you. If you're physically in your body feeling issues related to your toes, your heels, I think I mentioned your feet last time in general, but it's probably really in your heel area, your toes. You may have glandular issues as well. Your lymphatic system. You might need to be doing some cleanses after the holidays, specifically geared toward the lymphatic system. Dr. Morse, Morse, he does YouTube videos all day long, and you can Google him. Excellent lymphatic cleanse. Excellent. Worth it completely. Do it correctly, though, and you will feel better. I've been through that. I understand what that's happening. We have all the signs and all the planets in our birth chart, and we all have to address these issues at different times, don't we? And what you have going on right now is this, speaking of Saturn is in the South Node. Okay, we're Cancer North Node, but Capricorn South Node, and it's conjunct Pluto and Mercury. So there's a lot of communication that you're getting right now. There's a lot of issues that are changing also as a result of these internal changes that have been happening over the last 18 months as it relates to your friends, your networks, your associations, people you are typically hang out with, or business groupings and things of that nature. You have really assessed where you need to go moving forward with regard to those relationships. And this is a beautiful time, especially in terms of your life purpose. We speak about with Great Mother energy with 10th house. 10th house is usually work and reputation, but internally, it's really about your dharma, your life purpose. And that's 10th house energy for you right now. In Sagittarius, this is where Jupiter is. This is where Venus is right now, a very beautiful combining of energy to support you in this transition of finding this balance point between logic and intuition that you have been cultivating. Or for some of you, this total lunar eclipse is going to clue you in on exactly how that cultivation needs to be initiated at this time. You're going to get very specific downloads about how to move forward in your journey of aligning with your soul. What's going to really highlight this is being aware of how your ego, Great Mother, it says ego is our biography, our story, who we call ourselves this lifetime. That's the Jesus card. And for you, this particular lifetime, your ego is very much aware that at this time it is being guided. It is receiving the guidance. This is a heart chakra yin card. It's third quarter moon, release, forgiveness, letting go. So that crossroads between the ego and the soul, your ego is very ready to receive the wisdom from its soul. It knows that it's being guided. It knows that it's protected. Some of you may not be aware that that is really kind of what you're surviving on right now. Those of you who are aware of this, take it as a confirmation from Great Mother that this is exactly what is happening. You are completely body, mind, and soul being supported through the Christ consciousness, this frequency that is coming through to support the efforts that you've made with this ringing out of Leo Aquarius energy. Aquarius South Node was about letting go of old ways of thinking, old paradigms, old thought forms that you had about your own spirituality, about what you had about your relationship with your mother and how it should be and how she should be and how the world should be as a result of that relationship, to fix it and to maneuver and to fit into your idea. The ego is allowing itself to be guided by the Christ consciousness that says, I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. All things means all things, regardless, right? And so the energy that is supporting this is Sulis. In the position of the energy that is supporting your inner work of self-compassion is wellness. This is your full moon card of your spread, of your total lunar eclipse reading. The full moon card is the heart chakra card. You have all of this alignment energy. I am so excited for you with this with this sun in your 12th house, in Aquarius. It's like, wow. In the sidereal, it's Capricorn. Okay, and so that's ruled by Saturn. And so you have this kind of Sun Saturn kind of thing going on, ego soul here with the sun. And they historically, through the mythology of Vedic astrology, kind of battle, but it's a righteous battle. And the moon in your 6th house, with this working with your daily routines, how you have fought to maintain those old structures, and many of you have been letting those go slowly but surely over the last 18 months, and those of you who will begin to do so. You're in the 6th house moon energy, the nakshatra of Pusha. And Pusha is ruled by Saturn. It's a very nourishing, caring, devotional, almost really maternal energy that is letting you know that all is well. That you are good. Your orientation is well oriented toward what should be for your ego soul alignment. The symbol of Pusha is tits of a cow, in fact. So you are not only well suited for your alignment at this time, you are well appointed in terms of abundance for your sustenance for your journey. We're always given what we need for our journey. But Great Mother here is coming through, and she's confirming this for you, because the sun in your 12th house of release, of what your gift is to the world, your dharma, your sun is shining a light on that right now. You've been going through all of this stuff to release, or you're about to release, because it's time for you to line up with your life purpose, what your soul came here to do. And for many of us, we think of it as some big old thing. I'm supposed to do this, and it's supposed to be this. Your life purpose could just be to be a reliable auntie to some kids you adopted every day. It could be it could be many things. Usually it's many things. And in Vedic astrology, there's many kinds of dharma that we have. We have lifetime dharma. We have dharma that the soul has a particular activity or event that's supposed to occur in that lifetime. That's a particular kind of dharma. There's all kinds of purposes. The point here is that you wake up to it, because the sun is in the nakshatra of unchallenged victory. Now, when we are unconscious of working with Uttarasada, what can happen is we can get rolled over. And that's what's happening with a lot of people right now. And in particular with this total lunar eclipse, we can witness it. And so for you emotionally, where you are, your ego communicates to your soul through a Piscean energy, which is the last house of the wheel. The sun is in the last house of the will in Uttarasadad. It is a very strong will-powered nakshatra. And remember, nakshatras are the 2.5 to 3 frequencies within every sign. Okay. And so there are 3, for example, nakshatras for Pisces. Okay. This one is in Sagittarius, Capricorn, Uttarathada. It's righteous. Righteous just means that it aligns with your divinity identity. So you're being supported big time to do this. Take advantage of it, Pisces. This is not the time to be questioning, oh, is it to be or not to be? This is not the time to swim in the deep Piscean ocean of uncertainty. And, I know it is hard right now, too, because we have Neptune in your moon sign, okay, in the Western emotional sign. So the emotions are like that, squaring off with Jupiter, in your 10th house of Dharma. So I get it. That's why Great Mother is sharing this message with you, so you know. Okay, so you know. Now, the present status of your ego soul alignment is Sophia, that inner wisdom. So you are open in your shadow position, but the ego soul alignment, even more so, is about this inner wisdom coming to the fore. So some of you do know, despite that Neptune Jupiter squaring off there, you know very well. I'm so happy to see this, because here's yet another heart chakra card, but in the new moon. So even with the darkness of the new moon, this is letting me know it might be a good idea for some of you to go back and look at the new moon partial solar eclipse reading we just did for the Aquarius new moon. Wow. I'm sorry, it's Cancer new moon. Yeah, look at the Cancer new moon. January new moon reading. Look at that, because the Sophia card is saying that there's an inner wisdom that has lined up in your ego soul. And so most of you have done, in other words, this work over the last 18 months. This is definitely a wringing out of the towel. And therefore, how the soul, or rather why the soul and why position of why the soul wants to do this work is Adi Shakti. The soul wants to do the inner work of self-compassion right now because it is ready to release all of its shenanigans, going back and forth, trying to figure it out on its own. It's ready to, as you, through you, to surrender to that nurturing, caring, devotional nature of Great Mother. And as we see Dorothy here in the Twister dream, just, she ran away, and then she went to Professor Marvel's camp so she could have somebody to talk to about her mama drama trauma. And then he made her feel guilty, talking about she needed to come back home, and she ran back home. But then Great Mother incarnated as the Twister. Okay, Gaia. There's many forms of Great Mother. We are our mother and father's children. Many forms. We're all gods and goddesses. The Twister, the goddess Twister. I'm sure there's a goddess named after tornadoes, And so in our deck, it would be Gildeptis. But Adi Shakti is the Hindu primordial mother of Bhakti, Shiva, and Vishnu. So the second chakra here is ruled by Jupiter, which in the sidereal soul astrology rules Sagittarius and Pisces. Now, although for most of you, Aquarius is your Vedic moon sign, for some of you, it'd be Pisces. Particularly for you, this means you've done all that you can do at this point. The towel has been wrung out. And the soul realizes, okay, I can keep on running back and forth if I want to. But Great Mother has me knocked out in the bed, sleep. And I'm just going to go ahead and go with the way that I need to go to fulfill my destiny. And the difference between destiny and fate is just what we live out unconsciously without free will choice. Free will choice is the birthright of those of us who own our divinity. And as we own our divinity, the birthright to be happy, healthy, and whole is a free will choice. It is a free will choice. However, it is a free will choice that is activated by our conscious alignment with our destiny. That's what Adi Shakti is about. This is why your soul needs you to align with it and be self-compassionate to the degree that you are not self-judging, you are not self-condemning, and you certainly do not take on the judgments and condemnations of others. Regardless, because you know, as a divine child, you are dearly loved. You're never judged, condemned, or left alone, whether you believe it or anybody else believes it or not. That's the law. That's just the way it is. So you might as well believe it. And how the soul wants to go about doing this surrendering work to be more self-compassionate is by awakening to its power. You know, after Dorothy awoke, she crossed the threshold into Munchkin Land, upon which she was promptly greeted by Great Mother in the form of Glinda the Good Witch, who asked her, "The Munchkins want to know, are you a good witch or a bad witch?" To which Dorothy responds, "I'm not a witch at all. I'm Dorothy from Kansas." How your soul wants to do its inner work is by discovering who it is through you as you. You are a unique expression of your soul. Your soul has countless skulls in the ground, being a Pisces moon, Aquarius moon sign. Countless. You're at the end of the wheel. And this lifetime, it wants to open its eyes and live in open awareness of itself as you. Isn't that beautiful? And you are the vehicle through which it's being allowed to do that. I can see through your reading, you have really been working over these past 18 months, and Great Mother applauds you for that. This is gut chakra energy. It's a crescent moon. That means that you have a seed to plant. So after this full moon, leading up to the new moon, we have your final outcome as integrity, which is a balsamic moon card. The balsamic moon is right before the new moon, where we do our new moon wishes. So take your seed for the Aquarius new moon to plant. This seed of self-compassion, this seed of aligning with your soul and surrendering to its expression, its dharma, its life purpose through you as you. Integrity, heart chakra. It's a heart chakra card as well. You have all this loving energy, which you are learning to rebalance through the shifting of your daily life, the reassessment of how you operate in groups at home and at work, how you are defining your own life purpose, and the dreams and aspirations you have being real-sized with this Saturnal influence, but so much love going on with this Venus-Jupiter conjunction at this time that you're just telling yourself the truth. You're in alignment with your truth, with this integrity. Balsamic moon is rest, relaxation, recuperation. It's a very powerful download moon. This is the moon where I just love to do spa days and long baths and just take the day off or a couple of days off. A moon phase is 2.5 days, sometimes to just fully get my downloads. And that's before the full moon readings. Sometimes, I do the readings in the alignment with the frequencies of the time. And so I hope you were able to get out and see this total lunar eclipse. It's bound to be absolutely gorgeous. It's so close to the earth, and absolutely everything to embrace as your reward of integrating yourself, body, mind, and soul this year, Pisces moon people. This innovative, brilliant energy that you have to be more heart-centered and combining your logic with your intuition is not easy work, but it's work that Pisces moon can do. And with that Aquarius soul sign, you're downloading from a very old soul type of wisdom. So the eternal grace and mercy that is promised as your outcome as a result of this inner work is definitely something to look forward to as we move through 2019, which is bound to be your year to shine. Thank you so much for watching, listening, and sharing. There are many people who are coming awake, just as you are, to who you are with regard to this planetary disorder of mama drama trauma and our soul contract to heal it. But above all and most of all, as always, remember, Great Mother loves you, and I do too.
I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Womb, Deep Space, the Moon, Dark Matter, the Void, the Black Hole, Hathor, Isis, Diana, Mami Ishtar, Kali, Mammy, and Mother Mary. Hello, welcome to Great Mother Speak.